up, everybody? Phantom and Shawn here. We are in Ball Ground, Georgia, and we are fixing to dyno the OG Murder Nova at FuelTech.
So we got the car already. We've been working on it the last couple of weeks. We got everything swapped over to FT600. Basically everything in the car is FuelTech now. We went with their boost controller. We went with their ignition box, and
oh yeah, we swapped to the coil on plug,
everything. So the OG definitely got a little bit of love. We've been talking about giving it some love for a while now, and all we ever do is treat it bad, you know,
yeah.
Beat on it, and
it's an amusement park ride, basically.
Definitely. So we got everything ready for Radio Fest. We fired the car up, and then it got canceled. So we already had plans on coming down here to Ball Ground to go to FuelTech to dyno the car, get it all lined out, make sure everything's good to go, make sure it makes boost, make sure that we don't have anything stupid, any kind of leaks, you know, basically get it tuned, make sure it's ready to go down the track. And man, we're too far invested in this deal, so we went ahead and came. I'm cool with the OG sitting while we're racing the new car, but not if it's not ready. So we want to at least get it ready, because we are spur of the moment type guys. And anytime a race like this comes up, if we get a chance to do it, we want to do it. But the car's got to be ready and waiting. So hopefully today we will. I'm not real concerned with power. The car makes power. I know it does. We just swapped it over to methanol, so we actually had to. Aside from doing everything else, we had to add another set of precision injectors. So we've got the same injectors in that now that we got in the new car. We got a set of 225 precisions and a set of 550. And I mean, whenever we made the 3600 on the small block, those things were like 60-70% duty cycle.
Yeah.
So I'm not worried about it. There's still a whole lot of injector left, and we haven't had any issues with our injectors, and that's the reason we went with the same precision injectors in this car. So we've done a lot to get this deal ready, and I didn't want to miss this opportunity to come down here, because as soon as this Corona deal is over with, we're back to balls to the wall racing, getting the new car ready. And if we can get this deal done, finalized, sitting ready on go, then maybe we can hit up some more small tire races this year with it.
There's lots of small tire street stuff.
I mean, that's the plan. We want to do that. Our racing is a lot, and it takes a lot for us to do the stuff with the big car. With now that we've committed to the No Prep King stuff, the street stuff is going to be out of control this year, and I still feel like we can squeeze some radial racing in, or small tire racing, really whatever on a small tire that we can do with this deal, we're going to try to do it. So we're pulling into FuelTech now. We're going to get the car unloaded and get it strapped on the dyno.
So I know you said earlier that you didn't really care what kind of numbers this thing makes, but you know, just between us, what do you want it to make?
Else?
Yeah, nobody else. Just us. We're boys. What, you know, just between us.
I mean, it really depends on how much boost we can put through it. But I think about 40 pounds of boost, man, I think it'll make over 3,000. But I mean, you're talking steel block, you know. It's got cast heads on it, 88 turbo.
I mean, it's kind of the same car as the old one, you know. It's a Nova, but the motor's way different, you know. The new car, it's, you know, the little small block, you can wring its neck, 9,500 RPM, shove 70.
I don't want to take this one past 7,500.
Yeah.
I mean, I shift the 2.3 at 7,500. I shift the 1.2 at 72. I feel like around 72, this thing's probably done making power. It's got steel rods in it, and these steel rods, they literally have thousands of passes.
Don't let them hear you.
These rods are from the original build of this, and the only reason that I changed a couple of them is because whenever we blew the motor up in New Orleans that one time, a couple of them were bent. You know?
So you're talking the original build when this thing was built by Proline back in like 2011,
Brand
12.
new, first time I ever built it.
Yeah.
You know, and so it still has some of the billet Oliver rods in it from then. So, and I'm not worried about pulling them in half. I'm not worried about anything like that. But you know, the differences of this car versus the new car is totally different. You know, I mean, this is just a standard big block. You know, I mean, it's something that you would find in cars cruising around the street.
It's still a nice piece, but it doesn't have near the exotic parts that the new car or a lot of the other cars do.
And this motor is off the shelf. You know, it's a 23-degree conventional head. It's really nothing special. It's got the Jessel rockers on this deal are aluminum. You know, so I definitely with steel rods, aluminum rockers, stuff like that. You know, I can't take this thing too far upstairs.
I forgot about the aluminum rockers.
Like it'll. I mean, we've beat the brakes off of it. At the end of the day, this thing is still a big block Chevy, and you can beat the piss out of these things, and they love it. So we've swapped a bunch of stuff over, and we've never made more than, you know, 44 pounds of boost with this deal. I mean, at the end of the day, man, this is a big block Chevy. You can beat the brakes off of them, and we've beat the brakes off of this. But just the differences, the new car has a race motor. This one still has water in it. We run an intercooler, so the block has water in it. The heads have water in them. You know, I mean,
no intercooler, but we do have the ice box still.
So the big difference, I believe, if we would have, we've changed everything up. But say we had the old setup in this deal, and we set it to make the 44 pounds of boost that it made. I believe it'll make close to 50 on that same tune, just getting rid of the intercooler. So that was a whole lot of
restriction going through all the core and all the bins.
A whole lot of extra pipe, a whole lot of bins that we don't have in the car anymore. So I honestly don't know what kind of boost numbers it's going to make. All I can do is, and the way that I go through life really is I compare. I try to find apples to apples and compare them. And what did Jeff Lutz's car make? With 88s on it, big block Chevy. His has got nicer
It's got a little nicer cylinder head.
But at the end of the day, that turbo is going to put the air through the motor. So the restriction on this deal is going to be the turbo. You know, I'm not worried about the head. The head's going to flow. And if it doesn't want to, the turbos are going to make it go through there. So I believe at 40 pounds of boost, it'll make, you know, probably somewhere right around 3,000. But as long as it stays together and we get the thing clean and the tune-up good, that's all I care about. We obviously know the car makes power. It's been fast before. So it is what it is, but Luis will do his magic on it, and then after that, we'll get it down the surfaces that we go to.
Successful trip to FuelTech.
Man, I mean, we loaded it up. It under its own power into the trailer. It made plenty of power at not a whole lot of boost considering what we made with the other car. So, I mean, what more could you ask, you know? 3,200 at 48 pounds of boost, and everything was great. Like, it's happy. The plugs look like they were brand new out of the box when we got done, so it's safe. Couldn't ask for better, man. I mean, you treat this car the way that I treat it, and she still shows up whenever it's time to put in work. So how can you hate on something like that? You know, it just goes to show that no matter how much I try to do with the new car, this one right here still has my heart. You know, this is the car that I love, regardless of whichever one I'm in at the time. This is my true love right here. So, and it always will be.
But in the end, I'm slow for that list.
You appreciate it. I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't be able to do. I mean, I'd be knocking motors out left and right if you wasn't tuning shit.
Well,
so
you focus on driving. You're a really good driver, right?
I wouldn't necessarily say really good driver. I can.
And I just started my driving career, and I understand like both sides of things. I know
that's pretty rare.
Like there's like a bunch of stuff. Like there's nothing easy going on in a race car. It looks so easy when you see people racing.
Oh yeah.
But like every single aspect of a race car is hard. Putting that stuff together, setting up the car, tuning the thing, reading the track, driving. There's nothing easy on this thing.
And there's very few people that can do it all.
It's
hard. Know, and I'm one of the few people who can't do everything. You know what I mean? So, but man, there's not a lot of people who do.
But the thing is, like, you need to focus, and I learned that better. You know, you need to focus when you're doing. First time out, right? I wasn't focused just on driving. I was focusing overall with all my buddies because we raced together. I didn't perform as a driver as I should, right? So like I did okay, but I didn't do great.
Yeah.
You know, like I was low reaction on something that I have to, and I understand. Oh, it's my first time. It doesn't matter. If I was properly focused, I would be better there. Not necessarily enough to win, but better, right?
Maybe though.
Yeah.
I mean,
never know.
It is what it is. You can't beat yourself up over that. I've red lit before. I've jumped. I've done it all. You know what I mean? So
I took you guys to Brazil. You guys jump in a car that you guys never seen, with a transmission that you guys are not used to race. And you and Dave just
look. I gotta be honest with you. This is the first time Dave's done that stuff a bunch, and that's 90% of the reason that everybody thinks he's a great driver, which he is. There's no doubt about it. I even think that dude could jump in anything and drive it, and I've never got in anybody else's car. I mean, literally 2 race cars are the only thing.
That's
the OG and the new Nova.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
And I'll be honest with you, man. I was a little impressed with myself, even for that. You know, I was just happy that I staged the car. I didn't kill it. I cut a good light. You know, and I was stoked about that. Yeah, I'll be honest with you.
This is like how you prove that you're a good driver.
Yeah.
You went to a different country on a different car that's not even close.
Yeah, I did.
It's not even close.
Hey, keep on going.
Yeah. Think about it. Like, it's not even close to what you do. It's not like, oh, I drove a small block V8 down in Brazil.
If he starts to walk behind you, I'm gonna shut this deal off. And
I put a car in drive and I hit the gas. That's what I do.
That was the clutch car. I remember you saying like, oh, I was doing the burnout, like, oh, I need to steer this bitch.
Because I'm focused on, like you said, I was focused on little things, and I'm grabbing gears and I'm going, and I looked up and I'm just crooked as hell, and I'm going, I'm gonna drive this thing right into the tree and look like a moron, you know? So it all worked out.
Yeah, that was cool. That was cool.
I can't thank you and FuelTech enough, man, for what y'all done for me. So,
Well,
now hopefully we can
thank you guys.
take them both to the track whenever all this shit is over with and tracks
So you're driving another car and we're getting both cars?
I can't drive like him.
The thing about this car is I can't even get a light driver anymore. We've taken so much weight out of it that we got to add weight to it now. So, you know.
If we race, I'm a Treem, but he's gonna go around me about 20 foot out.
Yeah, definitely. So.
Yeah, he had some fun. He drove a tractor too, right?
Yeah.
Let me call you right back. Bye. So, yeah. Amazing time, man, as usual. You know, I mean, you can't not touch a car and treat a car as bad as what I've treated that deal the last 3 or 4 years, and then expect it to show out the way that it did on the dyno today.
And it did.
And it did. You know, I'm happy. Like I told y'all before, I don't care how much power it made, you know, and it made more than I was even hoping for, you know, with 88s at, you know, 48 pounds of boost.
Yeah,
what are you gonna do?
pushing
You know?
all the way.
Yeah, I mean, a month ago I would have said 48 pounds of boost. Oh my God, that's a lot. But considering now, you know, boost is just a number.
You understand the
and,
mantra,
and I made
right?
a lot bigger
It's
number
just
with
a
the other
number.
car.
It's just
you know?
a number.
Yeah,
It's just
so,
a number.
Hey, you can just beat the brakes off of that big block, and it just loves it. So, you know, I say that I love the small block in the new car, which I do. But man, I just don't know if you can beat the reliability and.
There's something about that
Weight.
big block though,
Weight,
man.
design,
Like
reliability.
that sound that thing makes when it starts
sounds
revving.
killer. It
Yeah, that's
made good power. I'm ready to get to the track now and see if we can put that power to use.
Okay.
So,
We need to do it.
yeah, no, I'll holler at you
Track
for
time.
sure. I'll holler at
Track
you.
time.
Thank you very much, man.
You're
Thank
welcome, buddy.
you. All right, we're gonna get out of here.